This video series will help you discover your emotional defenses. If you're already living with fear of rejection, then most likely you've built defenses against that kind of rejection. There are 5 common defenses that people use. Number 1, performing to gain approval. Number 2, building a wall. Number 3, wearing an invisible mask. Number 4, creating a false identity. And number 5, striving for perfection. Today we're going to talk about performing to gain approval. It's so easy sometimes. You become discontent with who you are and you think that others don't approve of you and you have to change. So you look around and you try to measure up to what you think each person wants you to be. And then, of course, you're watching for their reactions to your efforts. It's very common in the workplace for these kind of defenses to build up. For me, that search for approval began at an early age because I didn't think my mother and father approved of me, and my grandmother and grandfather were the ones that always told you what you could do and what you can't do. Unfortunately, that performing continued on well into my 40s. Unfortunately, God has set me free from that, but it was very instilled in me and still comes out. And next time, we're going to talk about number 2 defense, building a wall. And I think it's really helpful to be aware of these kind of defenses because you can then see what you're doing. Why don't you take a little bit of time just to review those 5 common defenses and then ask God to help you see which ones you may have chosen. And as we go through this series, I know that God's going to piece things together. And our goal is really to discover those defenses, give them to God, and be able to become our authentic self. That's where we're headed on all of this.